Ever try dating with a blindfold on?
No.
Good, because that's what most businesses do when they try to help everyone. Yeah, you wouldn't propose marriage to a total stranger over Zoom unless you are really into surprises. But in business, that's exactly what happens when you don't know who you want to help. Let's be honest. Would you ever walk into a bar, stand on a chair, and shout, "I'll date anyone"? Of course not, unless you want an awkward night and a story your friends will never let you forget. Dating is about finding the right match. You want someone who gets your jokes, shares your values, and maybe even laughs at you dancing. Business is the same. If you don't know who you want to help, you are basically speed dating with a blindfold. Spoiler alert, that rarely leads to happily ever after. Here's the kicker. If you don't know who you want to help, you won't know what to offer them. It's like showing up to a vegan's house with a steak dinner or bringing a karaoke machine to someone who hates singing. Trust me, I've tried, it's not pretty. And here's where your brain comes in. Our brains are wired to pay attention to things that feel personal and relevant. When you talk to everyone, nobody's brain lights up. But when you speak directly to the one person needs, their brain releases a little dose of dopamine and, "hey, this is for me" chemical. In business, if you try to help everyone, you end up helping no one. You can't tell your message, your offer, or even your jokes if you don't know who's on the other side of the table. Think about it. Would you use the same pickup line on everyone? Please say no. In business, your communication is your courtship. If you don't know who your audience, you're either too formal, too casual, too technical, or too fluffy. Here's another brain fact. The decision-making part of the brain, especially in business, isn't just logical, it's emotional. People remember how you make them feel. When you know who you want to help, you know how to make them feel seen, heard, and understood. Suddenly, you are not just another option, they feel like you get them. That's when the real connection happens. Now let's get a bit happy brains nerdy. Every decision maker's brain is wired a little differently. If you know who you are talking to, you know how to reach the right part of the brain. Are they driven by logic, emotion, fear of missing out? If you don't know who they are, you're just throwing spaghetti at the wall and hoping something sticks. Hint, it usually just makes a mess. But when you know your ideal client, you can design offers that feel tailor-made, use stories and examples that resonate, trigger the yes response in the brain. It's like showing up to a date with their favorite flowers, not a cactus, unless they love cacti. See, that's the point. So, how do you figure out who you want to help? Here's your business dating checklist. List your favorite past clients. What do they have in common? What are their biggest frustrations, subconscious frustrations, personal and business? Where do they hang out? LinkedIn, conferences, karaoke bars? What makes them light up? Quick wins, big visions, dad jokes? The clearer you get, the easier it is to attract your perfect match and get their brain to say yes. So remember, business is a lot like dating. If you want a relationship that lasts and pays, start by knowing exactly who you want to help. Want to learn how to make your clients' brains fall in love with you? Well, visit our website at happy-brains.com and let's make your next clients swoon.